Okay, so here we have the question, next greater element 2. So here in this question, what has to be done is, in next greater element we saw that how we were able to find out the next greater element for the given index or for the given element. Here the thing is that we have the whole matrix thing, this whole array, not matrix, my bad, this whole array, this is circular, or like, you know, one doesn't end, it connects that way. So thing is that we need to find out the next greater element. So in that question, next greater element 1, what we were doing was that we were saying that next greater element to 1 is, the length. I mean, yeah, it is not having any next greater element. So yeah, that was the question. We were returning -1 for it or something else. I don't remember that exactly, but here in this question it is 2. For this one it's 2 because this one starts at 1 and ends at 1, so before it has 2. So that is the question, how to do it. So let's start by creating a stack. We will create a stack, and then we will say that, alright, see, what you have to do is you have to be like that. When we are creating this integer type stack, what we have to do is we have to have a for loop. Alright, so we have to find out the next greater element. So we're going to start from the end. Cool. We're going to start from the end. We are going to say that what you have to do is you have to store the element, and then you have to find out that if something greater comes, and then if that is the case, then that is the next greater element for you. For example, if we have a stack, we start from the last, we store 1. Okay, we store 1. When we have stored 1, if it was just about the next greater element, no circular array, we would store 1 and then 2 would come above it. Is 2 greater than 1? Absolutely it is. So what we would do is we would pop 1. Cool. Then 2 would be in the stack. We will then input 1. Put 1 in the stack. Is 1 greater than 2? No. That means 2 is the next greater element for 1. So that's how we would have done the question. Here it's a circular array. So what we require to do is that if we could imagine, so whatever we are having right here, yeah, whatever we are having right here, it's not like this, it's more like this. What does it mean? What does this thing mean? This thing means that it's in a circle. So if it ends here, it starts from here as well. So 1 to 1, 1 to 1, 1 to 1, 1 to 1. That's how it's happening. So for 1, next greater element is 2. So how to have this, have to have this thing? We can count the array twice. Cool. We can have the array as twice. So what we are going to do is, instead of starting from the last digit, what we are going to do is we are going to say that you have to start from, like, what we were doing was n-1, and then we were doing I greater than equal to 0, I minus minus. Yeah, here what's gonna happen is we are gonna say that you have to start from I to n-1. Cool. Yeah, 2n minus 1. What's going to happen with this is that if the size is 3, 2n makes it 6, we start from the 5th. Cool? But what do we do? What do we do with the 5th thing and everything? Let's have yeah. So, what are we gonna do with this? Now we'll talk about the concept of mod. We're gonna take the mod. Why? Suppose we are at index 5. Yeah, we are at index 5. If we mod it with 6, that makes it 0. That means 5 mod 6 is gonna give me the 0th element. So that means that by being at the end of the array, I am actually at the start of the array. I'm at the end of the array, that is counted as twice, but I'm at the start of the initial array that I have, that is just 1. So yeah, what can be the condition? When do I have to pop? I'm gonna say while stack is not empty, and while stack is not empty, while there are still elements present in the stack is not empty, but not but and I find out that my nums I is greater than equal to my st dot peak present element on the top of the stack. I'll say dot pop. I'll pop it. I don't want it. Yeah. I'll also create an array next greater element 2. I'm gonna say a new int n. That's it. So now here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say that for this its value, for its value, what you have to do is you have to check. Yeah, you have to check, because I covered the case wherein nums I is greater. Yeah, that means that if that's not the case, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to check if if it's not empty, then I'm gonna say if it's empty, then I'm gonna say it's empty. So you just have to give me -1, because that's the only thing I want to do. If the stack is empty, what you are gonna do is you're gonna give me -1. Yeah, because for initial element, if I'll put in 1, yeah, if I'll put in 1, but the stack I mean, after popping, if it's still empty, I mean, then there is no element, so there is no greater, so we'll have to cover this case. As like for 2 it wasn't, like I input 2, I input 1, and then I input 1 again, so I end. So yeah, I mean, I popped 1, I had 2, then I pushed 1 in, so now I had 1, and then in bottom I had 2, then I had to go towards one again with its circular. I'm confused about the case because I don't think the stack won't be empty in my opinion. But the stack is not empty. It's -1, and if it is see if it's not empty then have -1, and if it is empty then I can't have the peak. Wait. I'll verify this thing. Yeah. Now wherever I have mentioned I'll have to do this. Why? Because there is no such thing as fifth index in a maximum 2 indexed array. So yeah. Cool. Now I just wanna see that how is this thing working? Like for what case it's working? -1 thing. Suppose I start from the last, uh, you know, and then I'm like for 3 I start. I go at push in 3, yeah. I push in 3. I say yeah. I like if stack is empty. Yeah. So yeah, I guess of course. My bad. I was thinking in different direction. Like I have 1, and then yeah. My bad. My bad. Like I have 1. Like I start from this one. Cool. I start from this one. I see if stack is empty. You know. I mean, like I have this 1, but I then have this array again. So I'm like, I'm starting from right here. Yeah, I'm starting from here in this case. I'm starting from like 5. Yeah, 2, 6, -1, 5. So I'm seeing a stack empty. Yes, it is empty. So, for that 5 wala 1, for that 5 1 at index 5 1, the one that's at index 5, we don't this loop won't be executed because the stack is empty initially. I'll be like, that is like 5 by 6, it's 0. I want to understand that it should be minus. So according to this, I by n for zeroth, for zeroth, yeah, for zeroth it has to be 1. The zeroth element of, yeah, it has to be 1, minus 1. For zeroth has to be, I'll keep writing it down, it has to be minus 1 for zeroth index. Then I come back, I'm at index 4 at the moment. Yeah, I'm at index 4 at the moment. That is basically, now I pushed I by n 0th, I have pushed 1 into it. Now I'm at index 4. That's gonna be, you know, 6. I'm at index 4. What happened is, I'm like, it's not empty, and yeah, it's not empty, and whatever is at index 4 by 6 is also going to be, wait, what is modulo going to care about? Modulo is going to care about the remainder. Yeah, modulo is going to care about the remainder. Uh, 4. My bad. For what reason am I thinking that n is 6? What reason am I thinking that? The hell? Yeah, then it's fine. Yeah, the code's fine. Yeah, I'm at 1. I'm at index 5. I modulate by 3. I modulate by 3. 3 ones are 3 ones are 3. So yeah, I'm left with remainder as 2. Cool. So I'm at index 5. Now I see stack is empty. Cool, it is. So I'm like, for do one thing for element 2. You're gonna say, for this you're gonna say in your this array for the index 2, you're gonna say it's minus 1 because the stack was empty. Yeah, minus 1 because the stack was empty. Then you're gonna say that push that element into, yeah, 1 you have pushed. Now you come at index 4, that is gonna give you remainder as 1, and then you're gonna be like, okay, I'm at now index 4, that is 2, and that means I'll check is stack empty, is this element greater than what is present inside the stack? Yes. So I remove it and I see is ng2 like what's going to be on the first index of the ng2 array. It's going to be like, alright, the stack is empty, so it's going to be -1 as well. So now we have two -1s at the moment. I push the 2 into the stack. Then I get at index 3, that is 1. Modulo 3, that's 1. Oh no, that's 0, my bad, that's 0. So I get an index 0, that is 1, the element value. And then I'm like, alright, stack empty. No. So while loop starts to go, and is it greater? No, I don't pop it. So I'm like, for 1, I'm gonna be like, stack is empty, then put -1, it's not empty. I'm gonna be like peak. So now what's gonna happen in ng2, our index 0, I'm gonna have 2 as the answer. That's what I wanted. Cool. I didn't pop 2, I pushed 1 into it. Cool. Now I'm gonna come at index, so now the loop's gonna start again. Now I'm gonna be at index 2, or I was at index 3. I'm gonna be at index 2, that is 2 modulo 3. 2 modulo 3, I'm gonna be having remainder as 2. Yeah. So is it right? 2 modulo 3? Yeah, it's gonna be 2 modulo 3, right? Yeah. 2 modulo 3. 2 modulo 3, it's gonna give me the remainder. I'm gonna take remainder is gonna be 2 only. So I'm gonna see stack empty. No, the stack is not empty. I'm gonna have the while loop executed. Then I'm gonna be like, if nums I modulo n, that is index 2, that is 1 element, value it's 1, is it greater? No, I don't pop. So I'm gonna say that like, if I misplaced my last execution because I don't remember what I said, if I had 1 on the top, I'll pop it. If I didn't have 1 on the top, I'll eventually get 2 anyhow. So now I got 2 for 1 as well. That was at the last index, and that was at index 2. So yeah, the code's fine. Yeah, I just mess it up with confusing it with 6. I don't know why I was taking 6 into consideration, wherein the n is 3. So yeah, that's the code.